up, Goon Squad? So today's gonna be kind of a different video. We're waiting on parts for a different build. I don't know what you're here from. You may be from the Subi build or the Mustang build, but today we're gonna show you guys how to detail your car properly. And hopefully this video helps you when you start to detail your car so you don't ruin your paint or make any swirls or scratches on it. Today we're gonna be using chemical, guys, because they got really nice quality soap. So we got a couple different soaps here.
Honeydew Snow Foam Wash. This is if you want a lot of suds on your car. It's really great if you have a car with a lot of mud, or after you drive in the snow or in the mud or dust. When you foam out a car, you let it drip a little bit, and this will take down lots of big dirt and grime. So this is really good for that. Next, we have a citrus washing gloss. This is really good if you just need a little quick wash, quick foam out. You're ready to go to a car meet or something. This is really nice. Not too much dirt like this car, you know, throw some foam on it and get it nice and glossy.
That high gloss, the VO7.
All right, this VO7 right here is a very nice stuff. It's not very much foamy. It's kind of a watered down foam, but this is really high gloss stuff. This is gonna make your paint shine a lot nicer, and it's just gonna look overall really great. This is good if you wanna wax your car afterwards and polish it. For the interior, we're gonna be using this Mother's VLR. This cleans everything in the interior. You can pick this up at your local parts store. It's really good stuff. It comes out really nice and clean, comes out like a new car look on the dash and stuff. So really good stuff right here. All right, moving on to the outside of the vehicle. Before we wash it with foam, we also use this Diablo wheel cleaner. We diluted it in this bottle. Really good stuff from Chemical, guys. Takes all that grime and dust and everything off your wheels. We also use a We also use this purple power degreaser. We use this for under wheel wells, engine bays, whatnot. Really good stuff to use. We dilute it in this bottle. You can pick that stuff up at your local AutoZone or something. Finish off the car with some turtle wax, wax and dry. This wax and dry, it accelerates your drying, prevents water spots, and it's a rain repellent also. So it's really good stuff. We use this on everything we wash. Afterwards, you just mist the whole car down and dry it out with your microfiber, and it speeds up the drying process. And highly recommend it. It's some really good stuff. So let's put all this stuff to the test and wash this car. So first thing we're gonna do is start with the interior of the car. We're gonna do the main thing and focus on vacuum cleaning.
All right, so this is the vacuum cleaner we're gonna use. It's just like your
normal shop vac.
Yeah, your normal shop vac. It's kind of filthy, but it does the job. So
that's the first thing we like to do, is go ahead and finish off the whole interior, vacuum everything out nicely, and just detail all the plastics. And the best tip to use to vacuum your interior on a car is this bristle tip. It's really great to get into vents. You can brush stuff out of little pockets around buttons. This is a really good tip and really good tool for your shop vacuum. So we're gonna show you how we use it in our car and how we vacuum out the dash. We also use this tip right here to clean between the seats and like little areas that you can't get to. It's really great to go under seats, between them and around them. So let's go inside the car and start vacuuming. Before you start vacuuming, a really good tip to do is to clean out everything that you don't want to get sucked up in the vacuum cleaner, like your loose change, or like this remote will get sucked up, this little 12-volt plug-in. You just want to go ahead and go around everything that you're going to be hitting with the vacuum cleaner and pick everything up that you do not want to suck in, because you don't want to go inside the vacuum cleaner and pull this stuff out.
And then also you want to take out your floor mats, because those will get cleaned separately, because you do want to clean under the mats and make sure you get that carpet really nice and clean. Also, be sure to take out everything out of your trunk. You are going to be detailing your full interior, so you might as well hit the trunk space.
All right, so it looks like we cleaned everything out, so let's start vacuum cleaning. So the first thing that I like to do is vacuum the dash with this bristle brush, because as you can see over time, you have like dust particles just land on your dash. And if you don't vacuum it and you just use a spray and a microfiber, it'll do the job, but it'll still leave like dust and stuff in like the cracks that you can't get to. So this vacuum cleaner tip helps really good getting in the air vents and everything around here. So that's what I'm gonna start doing, is vacuuming the dash and the door panels. Before we move on to spraying any kind of products on the dash or anything, and before we vacuum the rear door panels, we want to go ahead and finish off the whole front section of the car. Like vacuum the seats, vacuum the carpets. So after we're done vacuuming the whole front section, he's going to go ahead and start detailing the front plastics, the steering wheel. We're going to use the VLR on the dash and everything, so he's going to start doing that while I move on to the back and finish vacuuming the rear. That's the best method that we use. You start from the front, finish it off, move to the rear, finish it off. best method to vacuum the carpets with this bristle brush is if you go in circles. It works really great. So if you want to know a little tip, just go in circles. It picks up the little stuff that gets stuck in the carpet that you can't really get to when you're just going up and down.
All right, so now that we got all the front sections here vacuumed and cleaned up between the cracks and the crevices, we're gonna go ahead and scoot the seats up because we're gonna move on to the rear section here and we're gonna vacuum from the back. Pretty much get everything underneath the seats. See, that opens up a lot of area right there that you typically can't reach. All that filthiness is just hidden. All right, so now that we got the whole entire car vacuumed up, all the cracks and the crevices, the door panels, and we even went as far as cleaning a little bit of the headliner. So you do want to be really careful when vacuuming that headliner. Make sure you use a soft bristle so you do not damage your headliner.
All right, so pretty much we're gonna use this VLR and all the plastics and vinyl pieces inside the car. Before I do the dash and stuff, while I got these seats rolled up, I wanna go ahead and get all this side plastic on the seat and all this little trim plastics. And then I'll slide the seat back and start doing the dash. I like to just spray the stuff on the rag instead of on here because it will go on these seats, and these seats are cloth, so I don't want that. If you have leather, no big deal, but just spray like 2 sprays on the rag and just start wiping away. And after you got all that wiped down, go ahead and slide the seat. Simple. Now I'm gonna get these little trim pieces right here. And if you want to sit in the car, it's okay. Just make sure you're clean and make sure your feet are hanging out.
All right, we got the front wipe down with this stuff here. Now moving on to the back. When you're gonna be moving on to the back, you're gonna kind of have to articulate your seats from front to back so you can get like that post there and this post here and also this center console. So now we're gonna use just some regular glass cleaner. We're gonna use these non-streak rags right here that are not gonna leave lint behind, because on glass you do not wanna use a microfiber. It tends to leave behind lint and you can kind of see it. So that's what we're gonna use right here, and we're gonna get to it. And again, we're just gonna spray onto the rag because we don't want this product going onto other panels and stuff like that. All right, so all of the interior is detailed other than the door jamb, which we'll come back to that once we wash the car. We'll show you how we do that. We're gonna go ahead and shut all the doors.
Before we hook up the pressure washer, we want to go ahead and fill up our both buckets. We have one for just the wheels and we have the other for the body of the car.
And now we're gonna go ahead and rinse the whole car down with the pressure washer. All right, since we are gonna give this engine bay a detail also, it is pretty clean, but we're just gonna go over it with a sponge and some soap. While we're rinsing down the whole car, we're gonna go ahead and rinse down this engine bay. Then we're gonna quickly hit it with a sponge and some soap, and that'll be it for this engine bay. You're gonna be pressure washing it. You really do wanna keep your distance so you don't put too much water pressure to any electrical components. And then we're just gonna lightly go over it with this sponge here that we're gonna also use for our rims. Since it is pretty clean under here, we're just gonna run through it and then we're just gonna rinse it back down. And that'll be it for the engine bay. All right guys, so we actually waited till afternoon to foam it out and wash the car because it was so hot. We didn't want the soap to dry before we could wash it down with the sponge. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna foam it out. All right, so we got 2 buckets. This one's gonna be for our body, and this one's gonna be here for our rims. So you can go ahead and grab this. And a good tip is, so you don't scratch your vehicle, is when you're gonna be washing, start with the top and go into straight lines like this.
And work your way down.
Yep, exactly. And occasionally go ahead and dip your mitt into the water. and pretty much just moving your way around. So start from the top, work your way down, dip your mitt occasionally to make sure all the debris and anything that comes off the vehicle is getting washed off and left behind in the bucket. As you can see, the thick suds is what really makes it a breeze.
All right, so we're gonna spray some of this Diablo wheel cleaner before we wash the car down, because this is gonna take all your brake dust off and all the grime and stuff. Just give it a few squirts on every wheel, and it should be ready to wash off as soon as you get all these 4 wheels done. So we're gonna go ahead and spray this all down, and we're gonna rinse the whole car off. All right guys, so now that the car is all rinsed down and everything, we're gonna go ahead and use this turtle wax and dry. Perfect thing to use before you dry your car. It speeds up the process, repels the water in the future. Just wanna mist the whole car.
Let's go ahead and dry it.
And the first thing you wanna hit is your glass, because you don't wanna hit a dry towel on your fresh paint, because it will scratch it. So you wanna get this thing wet and saturated before you actually get the paint. So get all your windows first. So right after you rag down the whole car, you can go ahead and use this towel to get your door jambs.
Although the car looks super shiny, looks really good.
We're gonna give it a little pop. We're gonna use some Chemical Guys Easy Cream Glaze. You can apply this by hand if you don't have a machine polish. We have a Torquex dual action polisher. So we're gonna use this 5-inch light to medium polishing pad. It's a new pad, nice and clean. Make sure your pads are clean if it's used.
So we got the whole entire car polished. Man, it is just sparkling. This acrylic shine is just gonna give it that extra pop. Gonna seal the scratches and the swirls, gonna give it extra protection. It's just gonna look great overall. Let me take you guys around. Get you that up close. Look at that reflection, man. It just looks great. All right, so the last and final thing that we're gonna do to this car is this tire shine here. And we don't usually spray it on there because, you know, it does spread it around once you start driving. So we got this little microfiber sponge. You're gonna spray it on here.
That's nice.
All right, the car is completed. It's detailed. Let me take you guys on the inside right quick. It's looking real nice and clean and sharp. We got the mats dropped down. That's a wrap for this video. Today's video is a little bit different. We just want to show you guys how we detail our cars to get the professional result.
Hope you guys like this video. Hope you learned something from it. If you got any questions or tips you want to give us, please comment down below. We read most of the comments and we try to reply to everybody.
Also guys, be sure to follow us on Instagram to get the inside scoop of something before YouTube. Be sure to check out goonsquad.com. We got new merch coming up there soon, so be sure to check that out.
If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We do appreciate all the help you guys do. And if you'd like to support this channel, go check out the links down below. We got a GoFundMe for our future shop build, or you can become a Patreon. All the links will be down below.
Thanks for watching guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.